Large in part to that guy right there, Dak Prescott. An absolute tear he is on, looking to keep it rolling today in Carolina. All smiles. Speaking of rolling, Daniel Jones is carrying the Jim Irsay guitar into the stadium today to honor the former owner as his 4-1 Colts look to continue their hot start. It's Week 6 in the NFL, folks, and this is Fox NFL Kickoff.
Rolling.
Get down.
We definitely got to be prepared.
We hit him in practice, we'll hit him in the games.
This is the play we've
Gotta make.
Let's go. Let's go.
I don't want to be talking about that during the game.
Everything we do is for a reason.
Hey, we need defense. Let's do him there. More.
When we take that field,
It's got to mean something to you. Be in the moment.
one drive to go do it, man.
Do your job.
We're gonna do something special, gentlemen.
And that's why we practice.
Fellas, this is why you do all that. Playing hard is a skill.
For 60 minutes, you're going to have to deal with us.
This is week 6.
It's on Fox.
Fox NFL Kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Great quarterbacks are always a great watch, and we have got two of the year's best on Fox today. Dak Prescott leads the Cowboys' #1 ranked total offense into Carolina, and the NFL's leading passer Matthew Stafford shepherds his Rams into Baltimore. Plus, the AFC South is back in a big way, and we have got you covered. Trevor Lawrence and the 4-1 Jags, that's right, 4-1 Jags, host the Seahawks. Daniel Jones and the Colts look for a 5th win of their own today against Arizona. And with that, we welcome you in to the studio. Fox NFL Kickoff. I'm Carissa Thompson. He is Charles Woodson. He is Julian Edelman. And we are ready. Jay Glazer will join us in just a little bit. But Week 6, gentlemen, here we go. We are off and running.
Baby.
But I have to call attention to our teammate here. Jules had a birthday on Tuesday. So happy birthday to Charles.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
What are you for?
Yeah, I'm 40 going on. 40 going
You're
on.
52,
I'm 40.
right?
You don't look
Basically, I'm 40.
You don't look a day over 26, kid.
Thank you,
Looking
Chris.
good.
Life
Looking
don't crack,
good.
baby.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's real,
crack.
too. That's
Wild.
real.
He looks good. Guy looks good.
He looks fantastic. And you know what else is fantastic? The season that we are having so far. It's been a wonderfully strange season so far. Right is left, up is down. Everywhere you look, there is something that makes you go,
Things that make you go,
AFC South looking vastly different.
I don't recognize who the Baltimore Ravens are.
Everybody looks good against the Ravens.
Mac Jones leads the NFL in passing yards per game.
Guy plays with swagger.
The Buccaneers come from behind in the fourth quarter again. The Cardiac Crew. No undefeated teams left.
There's no superpower in the NFL.
I love it so much. And I feel like every year we're like, oh, this is a crazy season, but this feels like the craziest. Last week alone, there were 6 double-digit comeback wins. Incredible. I worked that game on Thursday night, too, and then you've got the rookie Jackson Dart, the rookie in Cam Scadaboo, 3 touchdowns, putting on a show in New York against the defending champion Eagles.
Yep.
It's so much fun. I love the NFL. What are you looking at today, bud?
Well, I'm looking at the team that was on the other side of that energy that you were talking about in New York Giants, and talking about A.J. Brown. Let me tell you why A.J. Brown is mad. He's looking at quarterbacks and receivers having fun on the other side of the sideline, but then he's watching games in the NFL. You watch the Bucks and the Seahawks, and you watch Jackson Smith and Jigba go for 132 yards. Abuka goes for 106. They're averaging 107 and 89 respectively on the season. And they're doing it with journeyman quarterbacks, right? Baker's been to a few teams. Sam Darnold's been to a few teams. But they continue to be able to find their receivers. And A.J. is thinking to himself, wait a minute, I'm supposed to have a top 5 quarterback. That seems to be the argument that people have about Jalen Hurts. Why am I not having these type of days? He's only averaged 71 yards a game since 2024, 41 this year. And then I'm going to take it a step further and go to Mac Jones in San Francisco. He's 3-0. Him and Kendrick Bourne look like Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. And A.J. Brown is sitting here like, wait a minute, I got a Heisman Trophy winner on the other side, and I can't get the rock. I can't get to 100 yards a game.
1 touchdown.
That is why A.J. Brown is mad. And you know what? I feel his pain.
Yeah.
I really do. So I don't know what they're going to do in Philly to make this man happy, but they better act quick because somebody's in trouble.
They need to have another meeting in that parking lot.
What meeting?
Yeah, that's true, if you don't recall.
Yeah, exactly.
Jules, what are you watching here in Week 6?
Well, suddenly the AFC South is a tough division.
Right?
What's going on? I mean, you look at the Jags. They're 4-1 right now. Liam Cohen in Duval. Every time I talk about him, I just got to say Duval. He's got a defense got the most takeaways in the National Football League with 14, and they're still not playing great offense with Trevor Lawrence. It was great to see Travis Hunter make a big play last week, but they're 4-1. Then you look at the Colts, also 4-1. They've been a competent quarterback away for the last few years. Flacco almost got them to the playoffs. Minshew almost got them to the playoffs. They get Indiana Jones in there, and all of a sudden Shane Steichen's got this team looking like they're a playoff contender. And shout out to Lou Anarumo.
Yeah.
He was out in the Bengals last year. Everyone's blowing him up like he's the worst ever.
Him out of there, didn't he?
They got a great defense right now. And then you look at the Texans, 2-3. We thought they were going to be at the top of this division, but they did just rattle off 2 wins in a row, and it finally looks like Nick Caley and C.J. Stroud are getting on the same page and being able to make some offense happen. So I look forward to them going into this bye week and taking advantage of that. And then you got the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Look, they're on the board. And Cam Ward is competing his off right now. And I like the way he's doing it. This is a tough division. This is a moment. Isn't that what they say?
Things that make you go,
They're good.
It's why the NFL is the best reality television.
Is it the new NFC North?
Could be. Well, only time will tell.
Jay, what do you think over there?
A nice segue into Jay, because Jay's going to get us in the know, brought to us by Jersey Mike's, all right?
Hey, you bring up Liam Cohen, by the way. I remember being at Sean McVay's a couple years ago. Liam was coaching it there, and he was staying with Sean. So what better guy to stay with than just get as much as you possibly can in the coaching department?
Yeah, but Joe, Joe Flacco, who we're going to talk about. But I was just talking about Charles's birthday. You got 40-year-old Joe Flacco.
By the way, you don't look a day over 39 and a half.
Right?
My man, appreciate it. I don't like that half, but I'll take the 39.
But here he is packing up again, and now he's the quarterback for the Bengals. How did this go down, Jay?
Yeah, look, the Bengals last week showed a little life in the second half of last week's game. And I think Zach Taylor and Tobin up there in the Bengals said, you know what, we got to do something. We have to do something for these receivers especially. They called all around the league, everybody, trying to find a quarterback. And they said, okay, let's go inside our division. They go up inside the division, get a guy like Joe Flacco. And we'll tell you this, those receivers are ecstatic right now.
Man.
Well, let's stick with the quarterback conversation. You got a rematch of number 1 and number 2 in that 2024 draft between Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. What do we need to know in this rematch?
Well, so here's the truth of these two guys. Number 1, Washington. If they had the first pick of the draft, they would have taken Jaden Daniels. They were set on him because of his work ethic. Going into the draft last year, I remember talking to them in February about it, whether Caleb was there, Drake, it didn't matter. They loved him. And then Caleb on the other end. Last year, it'd be easy to say, oh, of course, they'd take Jaden. But this year, Bears are starting to get very happy with Caleb Williams. And it's what he's doing on the field, but also he's starting to show these little things off the field that he wasn't doing in the past.
I love seeing it. All right, well, there's a lot of teams dealing with big-name injuries, but help is on the way. What do we need to know?
Yeah, help is on the way next week. Some big names come back. First, Rashee Rice. He comes back from a suspension. The Chiefs think, man, when he comes back here, we're going to have our full gamut of offensive weapons. That's going to help our offense. Also, George Kittle, he's expected to be back for the 49ers next week. Help's on the way for the 49ers. They've been banged up. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they've been banged up the receiver position. But Mike Evans, who's had that hamstring injury, telling people inside the locker room, I'm going to play next week. He thinks he's going to return. The team may decide to hold him back a little bit because it's the hammy, but he thinks he'll be good.
And the fact that both of those teams have had so much success without some of those big guys.
They got a book out there balling. Just chill for a minute, Mike. Get healthy.
So good. Thank you, Jay. We will see you later on in the show. And there's plenty more show coming up. We'll put our art skills to that test. That's a tease in the biz. And here's what else is coming up.
Coming up, Kickoff is bringing you all the stars before the snap. Colin breaks down his top NFL contenders, who's for real and who's just hype. And on the Manning Hour, Coop gets schooled in TikTok etiquette by Saints tight end Jawan Johnson. Later, CT sits down 2 new Cowboys bringing order to Big D, Javonte Williams and George Pickens. Plus, Rams Puka Nacua is setting himself up for another record-setting season. EA goes one-on-one with a Ram who's playing like a GOAT. All this and more as Kickoff shines on.
Matthew Stafford needs just 50 yards passing today to pass Dan Marino for 9th on the all-time list. But more importantly, he's looking to get his team a bounce-back win after a tough overtime loss just 10 days ago to the Niners. As the Rams' 3-2 record proves, this isn't any given Sunday league. But according to Colin Cowherd, the lack of a sure thing this season makes for a much more interesting watch.
That for today will be a third of the way through the season. And do we have a great team? I'm not sure we do. But here are 3 contenders to consider.
Down he goes.
They look like an unstoppable force. The Detroit Lions. Their O-line and run game is elite and clock controlling. And the Lions maul teams up front.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That is all number 6.
No better team right now at the big play than Baker and the Bucs. Their ability to strike quickly from anywhere at any time. That will translate to playoff success. Tampa's leader is on a heater.
Next to the goal line, touchdown Denver.
The Broncos protect their quarterback and gets after yours statistically better than any team in the league right now. 2 huge factors late in the season. Plus, I get Sean Payton's play calling late, so expect Denver to succeed in January. To be great, you need great traits. Detroit, Tampa, and Denver each have them in my eye, and that's what sets them apart from the rest.
That picture of Colin still kills me. All right, like Colin, you guys, we are going to draw our own conclusions. I love a Pictionary game. I am so competitive with this. I like to play the game. All right, one by one.
Vowel, please?
Yes, that's a different game. Focused class. Each one of you, one by one, will come up here, and you're going to draw one big thing that you've learned in the first 5 weeks of the season, and we will try to guess what it is. We'll put 30 seconds on the clock. Okay, are you guys ready? I can't wait. Charles, you're up first, bud. 30 seconds on the clock. Make sure we can get this. It's a team effort here. Okay, we've got players lined up. Quarterback, okay.
What is it? It's a play. That's a play. Tush push.
Oh, good.
Should be illegal.
Right? Tush push. Should be banned.
Tush push. Tush push.
We said tush push.
Come on.
Tush push. You got it.
Get rid of it.
Should be banned.
So, should be banned. Is that, do I got to write it down?
No, you're good.
No.
I got it.
Should. You got it. You got it. Tush push. You know what? I'm going to contradict everything that I said 2 or 3 weeks ago about the tush push. After I gave support for it, they should not have run that for the next several weeks. But what do? They go out there and run it 4 straight times. And one of the guys, did you see the carnage left behind and this tush push? One of the guys almost got decapitated. And then you can't even stay on sides. It's a false start almost every time. You know, I feel like our friend Colin Cowherd, who we just heard, he has a segment on this show called Where Colin Was Right, Where Colin Was Wrong. Well, guess what, America? I was wrong, and the tush push should be banned.
Takes a real man to admit
That's
that.
what I have learned the first 5 weeks of the season. I'm sorry that I ever supported it. I'm out on the tush push.
Growth. That's called growth.
Glaze, you're up next.
I'll give you a hug.
Thank you, brother.
It's a big man.
Thank you.
We all have to admit when we're wrong.
Here we go.
Wait, hold on. You need the page.
Did I get my page?
Oh, you're good.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
That was great. Everyone's doing great. 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. What do you got, Glaze? Okay. What do we got here? Oh, a coffee. Steaming hot.
Hot coffee.
Tea.
Dan Campbell drinks a lot of caffeine.
2 black eyes.
Dan Campbell drinks caffeine.
Bam! That's what I'm going with. Look at that. Man, it's exactly what I'm going with. Dan Campbell. I think one of the biggest storylines this year is Dan Campbell. I think after the first week, oh, man, he lost both his receivers. The Lions are over, and Dan Campbell showed you culture is everything. When you have a guy like Dan Campbell, he can show you I can lose this coordinator, that coordinator, kind of like Sean McVay, right? And Kyle Shanahan, same type of thing. Dan Campbell is showing the world, doesn't matter who comes in now, they're all great coaches. I'm teaching them how to be great coaches because we are a culture team.
Look at that, Jules. That was
Good job, Jules.
Way to go.
2 for 2. Not gonna lie, 2 for 2.
Hey, you've done this before.
I don't know, maybe.
Hey, you guys, this is great. We're good at this. All right,
Yes.
Jules, you're up. 30 seconds on the clock,
Maybe
bud.
Jules is good at it. Then we're
Okay, that's the ocean.
water, waves.
Oh, well, take your time.
Is that a shark?
Oh boy.
Submarine, underwater.
Grass.
You got
Is that a
17
surfer?
seconds.
Is that a golf
Is
course?
that a surfer? Is that he's surfing? He's paddleboarding?
Oh boy, we got 10
He's,
seconds, guys. What are we doing?
Anything.
Field goal kick plus.
The field goal kickers are terrible this year.
Yeah.
Block kick.
Come on, Jules.
2.
Come on, Jules. Help us out.
Guys!
Oh, my goodness.
Guys, it's the Golden Gate Bridge. That's a witch hat and a witch, plus a stethoscope, and that's a flat bill hat. Kyle Shanahan's a witch doctor.
Are you kidding us right now?
I found out he's a witch doctor.
Are you kidding us?
Kyle Shanahan's a witch doctor because it doesn't matter what players he has on his team. He's 4-1. He's got Mac Jones looking like Joe Montana. Doesn't have Kittle. Doesn't have any of his premier playmakers. Nick Bosa's on the couch right now with an ACL, and they're still 4-1. Kyle Shanahan.
The Golden Gate Bridge.
What's below
the witch hat.
What's this?
That's a witch hat?
That's a stethoscope.
A stethoscope.
Whatever that is.
Ladies
for
and gentlemen.
doctors. And that's a flat bill hat because Kyle Shanahan always wears the flat bill hat.
Come on, man.
That's freaking art right there.
Hey, Jules. No.
You did great. You did great.
Yeah, well, that
you know
bridge
what?
is about to
You know
come
what,
down, too.
Jules? That's on us. Okay, we should have been better.
Yeah, we noticed.
Not a good drawer.
It's hard to say
Jules,
drawer.
Thanks for nothing, man.
Thanks for nothing.
Hey, you did great. Okay, I'm up.
CT, you got one? Let's go.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, 30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds.
You guys will not need 30 seconds.
Witch doctor. Went to New Orleans. Smiley face.
Okay, here's the...
Mushroom.
Oh, Anakin.
Boom.
Who?
What's his name?
Anakin Skywalker.
Skywalker.
And it's because what Anakin...
Jackson Dart. Because the face paint.
Jules!
Come on, guys.
Right. So
I love Star
I think
Wars.
we figured out the problem. When
Is this
Jules,
a prompter?
when Jules doesn't guess...
Did you read everybody's...
I swear, no.
I want Jules on my team. Anakin Skywalker, that's right. Jackson Dart loves Star Wars. He draws that big black mark on his face for Anakin Skywalker's scar. Jackson Dart balling in New York, what they did on Thursday night with him and Cam Scatterbo. The Jackson Dart era is underway, and being there, the energy that he brings to that team is incredible. I saw Eli Manning walking out of the game, and he goes, how about that Jackson Dart? A lot of charisma, huh? He does have a lot of charisma. So the Riz,
Super
as the
Mario
kids would
brother
say.
you just drew up there, and he said Jackson Dart. How's that
Well, I
possible?
saw the face paint.
Let's not worry about how we got there. The victory. We got the
You don't know
victory.
my lottery tickets? It's pretty good.
I mean, let me know.
Are we having, I love games.
Jackson's
Should we
got
do
the
this again?
juice.
That's pretty
Game
good.
night.
That's pretty good.
Game night here
Okay.
at Fox.
I'm proud of
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, it's not a stethoscope. It's a stethoscope.
Yeah.
There's this.
You did
I
great.
think you said them the same
As
way.
we head to break, you should know, though, that Fox Sports proudly partners with Sports Biz Careers to break barriers and create pathways into the sports business for more than 4,000 college students to date. Visit sportsbizcareers.org to learn how you can help.
Have you or someone you love recently been harmed by Has your favorite wide receiver decided that the goal line is the perfect place to develop butterfingers? Then you may be entitled to absolutely nothing. You get nothing, I get nothing. The guy who dropped the ball actually gets millions of dollars for some reason. I've been making bad choices. You're gonna get your money, okay? You're gonna get your money. And it's just like, hold on to the ball. It's not that complicated. I mean,
Paid for by the Common Sense Initiative.
Just get the ball across the goal line.
Charles's voice right there. Hey, you were preaching this 2 weeks ago, and then here it happens
they call me
again.
Nostradamus.
And our text chain blew up when that happened in that Cardinals game. And you're like, I told you. Now these two teams go head-to-head today against the Colts and the Cardinals. So who holds on to win the game?
Oh,
that's going to that's a good one. It's going to be Indy. I mean, look at Daniel Jones. He's probably front runner, one of the front runners for MVP of the league. Nobody really saw that coming. But I think in terms of holding on to the football, this is just a really good football team from across the board. And we joke about the guys not holding the ball crossing the goal line, but the guy who dropped the ball, Adonai Mitchell, is a really good receiver. And they got another good receiver in Pittman, and they got good running backs. The Cardinals, I never know what to make of the Cardinals.
And no Kyler Murray today.
And no Kyler Murray.
Jacoby Brissett will get the start.
Yeah, Indianapolis is going to put up points. I mean, they crushed my Raiders last week, so they're back. They're good. They're rolling. They should be undefeated. I got Indy. Indy
in this one. Okay, let's look at this game. We've got the Bucs and the Niners. Woo! Two great teams going against one another. Both of them battling injuries, as Jay told us at the start of the show, but have still been able to have success in spite of that. Who do you like in this matchup, Jules?
You know, I think this is where the road ends for the San Francisco 49ers and the carriage turns into a pumpkin.
Okay.
So you're saying the Bucs stop?
I'm taking the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs. And it's because look at Baker, man. He's been playing elite football. They've won game-winning drives, and 4 of their wins, all of their wins, has been a game-winning drive. And they got a star with Emeka Buka. I remember Gronk. You got to make him a boo.
A boo. Yeah, easy way to remember
the G is silent.
The G is silent. He's had 445 yards, 25 catches, and 5 touchdowns, the most out of any receiver his rookie year to this point. He's just a star. And then on defense, yes, they're banged up. But Levante David, he's still there. And he made that huge play when their team needed it last week for them to go on and win that game with that interception. So I'm going with the Bucs. It's going to be a very close game. Every time I go against the Niners, they always prove me wrong. So this is a little reverse jinx action.
So you're actually trying to help your Niners.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, another big game is on Sunday night. You've got the Lions and the Chiefs. Chiefs coming off that loss to the Jags at the end there. What do you make of this one, Charles?
Well, I think the Chiefs, they're trending in the right directions offensively, but to me, the part about them that's lacking right now is defensively. The last couple of years, they started off slow, but it was the defense that carried them. But they're doing uncharacteristic things. The first game of the season, Chris Jones doesn't keep contained, and then he's arguing with the linebacker. And then this last game against Jacksonville, Chris Jones standing in the middle of the field. Look, the film in the sky doesn't lie. We always say that. If he just rushes up the field 2 or 3 steps, he might get to Trevor Lawrence, tag him down, and it's a totally different ball game. So with going against a Detroit Lions team that is cooking on all cylinders on offense, I like them to go in there and get the win today.
Jared Goff, 2-0 against Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be a good game either way. All right, to compete in the NFL, you guys, one must stay on top of the trends. Take Cooper Manning, for example, who is now in his 11th season, is still willing to learn any new skill and stay relevant in this ever-evolving game.
So remember, it is TikTok fundamentals. So know your audience. That's key. And puppies and babies, always good, right? When in doubt, be awkward. Gotta be awkward. Cooper.
Should I focus on being funny or like cute?
You have to be awkward.
I can be awkward.
Or cringy.
Oh, I can be cringy. I'm here with Saints tight end, Juwan Johnson. Welcome to the Manning Hour, Juwan.
Cooper, it's been an honor.
You can just hush now, I'm still talking. I brought you here to up my TikTok game. It says here you're a TikToker. Tell me about your TikTok experience.
It's been great. I feel like, you post stuff, get some insight.
Sounds fascinating.
Pretty simple.
I'm looking at a picture of you in the program, not so photogenic. You've given a little glimpse into being an NFL player. You're an NFL player?
I am.
A little slight. Not impressive. Do you tell jokes on TikTok? Because if you need help with any dad jokes.
I think I've heard your jokes. I wouldn't advise me take those jokes, but.
And you and your wife podcast together.
We do.
My wife and I podcast once a year on my birthday.
I don't think I want to know what podcast that is.
Oh, I think you do.
I don't think I do.
I'll TikTok it to you. What do you talk about on your podcast?
Things that people want to know, maybe.
Fine, I'll join when you want me to be.
I wasn't finished.
And I understand you're starting to do some interviews. That's kind of my turf.
Think so?
Indeed, I do.
Maybe you're crossing the line.
Most people, when they're on this show, are a little intimidated. You seem fairly relaxed.
I'm always relaxed.
That's disappointing. I kind of like to intimidate. It would be a dream of mine to make a TikTok together.
It'd be an honor.
I mean, Charles's face says it all.
Yeah, I'm
It's good. It's so good. All right, so Juwan Saints, so they got that nice win over the Giants last week. Jules, they take on your Patriots today, who, of course, got that nice win over Buffalo. What do you make of this Saints-Pats game today?
Well, first off, last week was a foundational-type win for the Patriots. But it's only a foundational win if they go out and beat the Saints this week, because they're expected to beat the Saints. Spillane and Gonzalez on that defense last week made that defense look like a whole different defense. When Gonzalez is in, they are a really good defense. They pretty much shut down Josh Allen and that Buffalo's Bills defense. And then offensively, if they can take care of the football, Ramondre Stevenson cannot fumble the ball. He had one more fumble last week. If they take care of that football, they've looked really dangerous. Drake May. Will Campbell,
found their
nucleus
quarterback.
guys. This is a huge test for the Patriots to see if they're for real, because last week was huge.
I love it. All right, you guys, Pay attention. You want to win your share of 10 grand in weekly prizes. This is how you do it. Head over to Fox Sports app and play Super 6, sponsored by DraftKings. It's free to play. One of today's questions is which team will score the most points? Up next, Julian, you're going to break out the jeweler's loop. I can't wait to see what this is all about. Stay with us. Kickoff returns right after the break.
Huh? Maybe.
Rico Dowdle, it's not just fun to say he's good at football. Like a career-high 23 carries for 206 rushing yards last week. That good. That's how good he is. Today, the once undrafted free agent faces his former team in the Cowboys. All right, as fans, we love when the unexpected guys break out, Jules. All right, so you think there's some players that we should be paying attention to, some diamonds in the rough.
Diamond in the rough, guys.
Yes, and since you played all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams, you're going to point some out for us, right?
I'm going to point on all phases of the game. 33.3%.
We even have our own segment for you.
We call it Jules is Jules.
Jules is Jules.
And I'm going to start
How now,
off.
Brown Cow.
How now, Brown Cow. We'll start off with offense, okay? A.J. Browner, tight end for the Seattle Seahawks. Had the kid randomly at my house last year with Chuck Liddell, and all he talked about was they only use me in the run game. They only use me in the run game. I said, hey, buddy, you keep on doing well in the run game, you're going to light it up in the pass game. Well, they cut Noah Fant. He has 4 touchdowns in the last 4 weeks, and he's a huge part of that offense. Yeah. He's a Jules.
A.J. Barner. Can we go back to how he just randomly showed up? Was he trick-or-treating at your house?
Nah, Chuck Liddell, cousin, I don't know. There's some weird
something
stuff.
like that?
Good.
All right.
He got a little riz. Kid's got
He
some
does
swag.
have a lot. By the way, great style, and talked to the podium last week saying he loves living in Seattle. All right, who's your defensive guy we need to be paying attention to?
Next guy, defense. Nick Bonito. He had 13 sacks last year. We all talk about Patrick Surtain, why he was the defensive player of the year. We always talk about the Denver Broncos are always getting after the quarterback. Well, Nick Bonito is leading the league right now with 7.5 sacks. He's a Jules.
And 15 quarterback hits, too.
15. This guy's eating.
Getting it done. All right, and last but not least, a special teams guy that is Jules.
Yeah, I had to keep this in the family, Jules. And I'm going with Marcus Jones from the New England Patriots punt returner. He had 167 yards 2 weeks ago in return yards, and he housed one. And then a good special teamer, what do? They make themselves versatile, and they get value in other ways. Picked off Josh Allen last week in the red area for the defense.
Yeah.
He is a Jules.
He is a Jules. What's your favorite gem?
My favorite gem? I just like all Jules.
You like all Jules. All right. There we go. Way to go.
Yeah.
My guy.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
Jules.
I had to buy my own jewels, my own wedding rings, but that's for a different story. All right, Julian, your team is balling. Unfortunately, though, for Charles, his Raiders are not. Lost 4 straight games, 5-17 record over the last 2 seasons. So misery loves company, and that's why he brought the Raider legend Howie Long over to have a little players-only meeting about what's going on with the squad. Gentlemen?
Hey, here we are, man. We're in the Raiders locker room, and it's not feeling good over here, so I had to bring the legend of the Raiders, my man, Howie Long. Howie Long, we don't really want to, but we have to talk about the Raiders now. Tell me right now, your state of the Raiders.
It's been crickets over here, and I was down there in Florida visiting my granddaughters, having a good time. Your producer emails me, says, hey, can we talk about the Raiders? They quit on the team last week.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's a strong word.
Is there a door number 2 here? Can we talk about it?
No.
We need, hey, Jules, what is it, Riz?
We need Riz, how?
We need somebody with Riz, particularly a quarterback. I believe, let's start there. I mean, Spytek, I like. Obviously, I like the head coach. I'm a fan. I think he's a stabilizing guy. The offensive line has not played well. Gente's getting hit either at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage on a majority of his snaps. But I think until you get that quarterback, and, I'm thinking Gannon. I'm thinking Rich Gannon is.
So I played. That's a long time ago, Howard.
The last dog. I mean, really, when you talk about a guy that you walk onto the field with, you say, we got a shot today because of that guy.
Yeah.
I don't think they feel that way right now.
Well, to me, it's quarterback for sure. It's all about the turnovers. And when I look at this defense, we got a guy over there that just plays his heart out every single game.
Wasting a generational talent.
Yeah, and that defense, they play good enough football most of the time to win games, but you're just on the field way too long, and we can't live that way.
Pete wants to play.
No, not at all, because he's a defensive guy. Yeah, get off the field.
Run the ball. Don't turn it over.
Yeah.
at some point, you know, once is a coincidence, twice happenstance, 3 times is kind of who you are.
Yep.
And Geno's kind of had that moment.
So Raiders are down right now in that division, but who do you like right now in the AFC West?
Kansas City scares the hell out of me. And the reason why is I think, you know, it's just with the coaching staff, the quarterback, I think with the defensive coordinator and the people they have on defense, aside from that, you know, Trevor Lawrence fall. Nobody, everyone thinks he's down. I'm not sure what it was. Right. I think Kansas City, when they get all their people back next week, is going to be explosive on offense, and that leads to great defense. Denver, listen, he's a great coach. He's a guy that's historically struggled in September. His best month is October. That win last week, you know, Jules talked about that win in New England being a kind of a galvanizing win for New England. There was a huge win for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, for me, I think it's kind of wide open. You got 3 teams right now that are 0-1 in the division. The Chargers dealing with a ton of injuries right now. Herbert is getting sacked, you know, 17 times on the season. So they're having some issues there. I just talked about the Chiefs earlier and doing uncharacteristic things on the defensive side of the ball. So that could come back to hurt them as well. So I said all that to say is that I'm saying there's a chance. The Raiders only have 1 loss in the division, Howie. I'm trying to perk you up, baby.
Hey,
I know you're down right now. I'm perking you up.
I pray every night, and they're on my list, and hopefully you're right.
Yes, indeed.
I pray they are.
Hopefully Christmas come early.
Yes. We need some Riz, right? I don't know what the hell Riz is, but
hey,
charisma.
Hey, so you walked through that door, Howard, and you did a great job. Appreciate it. So I'm going to throw this thing back to Carissa, left-handed.
Locker room looks good.
Yeah. Locker room does look good. You know who else's locker room looks good? The Dallas Cowboys. Coming up, it's called America's Team for a reason. My sit-down with Dallas' newest recruits. Javonte Williams is one of the guys we're talking about. Him and George Pickens. We catch up with them after the break. Howie, you always have Riz.
Oh.
Ferguson a 10, da 5, touchdown, Dallas, buscando la puerta, sí, señor. Javonte Williams, prende el turbo, ay, touchdown, Dallas, un bombazo.
Y los vaqueros están aplastando a los Jets.
I love that extra little flair right there as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. And speaking of bringing a little something extra, the Dallas Cowboys did just that this offseason when they signed Javonte Williams and George Pickens. I sat down with them this week as they settle in nicely in their new home.
You always grew up watching the Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys are champions.
You always heard about Jerry Jones, all the history, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, everybody. Yeah, it make you want to play.
Pickens one-hander, touchdown Cowboys. Javonte Williams, where did you come from?
Quite a week 5 for you, career high for you. How did that all feel last week?
So even better because we got the win. Like I've been saying this whole time, like we got playmakers on, I feel like every position. So it kind of take the pressure off of you, but at the same time, you got to do your best too.
How does that feel?
The most electric I probably felt because I catch go balls all the time. But here it's just a little more different. You know what I mean? Just coming from Dak. When I wasn't in the NFL, I was watching Dak. So when you're looking up.
Oh, he's an old man now.
Little uncle.
I love it.
It's kind of surreal. Like I said, you always got to get the job done.
Javonte a touchdown! Yeah! Pickens a touchdown! Yeah!
Your coach, what he means to you.
Probably the coach that I always wanted. Just somebody that's going to keep it real with you.
The energy and the competitor in him is like one thing that I value high. Just because a lot of coaches, you know, in the league don't have that. So I definitely want to do my best for him.
Caught near the pylon. It's a touchdown to Pickens.
He made a point to say that you guys are co-wide receiver ones. There was no 1-2. Describe your relationship, please.
Super, super close. He's a superstar. The reason is because he's super passionate about everything that he does.
Yeah, just a leader, a veteran. It's good to have somebody out there like that, like a second coach.
If you're a defense, you got to pick your poison.
He hurdles inside. Pickens, pylon, touchdown.
Where are you right now in sort of your perception of the early goings here?
You got to have a plan. It's deeper than just playing football. Now you actually got to be a student of the game.
Like I always say, resiliency, whether we win, lose, no matter, as long as you just stack days, I feel like you can always bounce back. And so I feel like it's definitely a rebirth.
More with those two guys next hour, but I really enjoyed sitting down with both of them. I haven't had a chance to interview either one of them, and there was such a great energy about them. They're so excited to be in Dallas. They are, but they also are both getting a second chance, you know, coming over from Pittsburgh, coming over from Denver. Guys kind of, you know, said that, you know, George Pickens might be a problem in the locker room, and he's anything but, and they're having a lot of success. And doing it without CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens has stepped up in his absence. How are they getting it done, Charles?
They're getting it done with no pressure. And what I mean by that is, I'm talking about Dak Prescott coming into this season. Nobody was excited about Schottenheimer being hired in Dallas, and so they really gave this Dallas Cowboys team no love for being a good football team. And then Michael Parsons gets traded, and so everybody's like, look, Dallas is done. And then all Dak comes out and does is he's 10 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, thrown for over 1,300 yards. He has his offense rolling right now. He's playing at an MVP level as well. And then you need guys on the other side of the ball. You need somebody to give you a spark. And I'm looking at a guy named Donovan Ezaraku. This guy plays with energy. And when you have guys like that on that side of the ball, then it gets everybody else's attention, and then other people start picking up their game. And this guy is a rookie. You know what I'm saying? And so you need an example from guys. It don't matter how many years you've been in the league. So with him on the defensive side of the ball, those guys kind of coming around, and Dak playing like he's playing, watch out for the Cowboys.
Okay, well, that's what. Yeah. Okay, look, and I'm tempering the enthusiasm only because that other side of the ball does have so many question marks. Last in total defense. Is their winning way sustainable, Jules, when you've got a great offense, but that defense is so porous?
It's tough. It's very tough. But they're in the NFL, teams naturally get better on defense as the year goes.
Why is that?
It's because there's more film to study. They can game plan their defense towards the other offenses a whole lot bunch. And that's what the Panthers are going to have to do this today.
Okay.
Dowdle had a great game, rushed for over 200 last week, right? They're going to have to use that and then take advantage of the worst pass defense in the National Football League, which the Cowboys have. I expect a big game out of McMillan and Bryce Young. They got to continue to get on that page, play action off that Dowdle 200-yard game last week, and take advantage of this bad pass defense.
But scoring points is the key, and the Dallas Cowboys can score points. So to his point, until the defense can get, up to speed, as long as you can score points, you can win in this league.
Okay, well, I love a fun fact.
What's the fun fact?
The only team in the Super Bowl era that has had the #1 total offense and the last total defense was the 1985 Chargers, and they finished 8-8 and missed the playoffs. So the question is, can that defense get up to speed fast enough to keep up with the offense? All right, turning our attention to another great game today. You got the Seahawks and the Jaguars, okay? Seattle's coming off that last-second loss to the Bucs. The Jags get that big win over the Chiefs. Jules, I want to start with you. What do you like that you're seeing from Sam Darnold and company in particular?
Well, I like his chemistry that he's had with Jackson Smith and Jigba. What's up with these Ohio State receivers?
Don't say that too loud next to this guy.
I think
he just spit out his coffee.
Whoa! I think the son's getting recruited.
Don't say it. Don't say it again.
But on a serious note, Jackson Smith and Jigba has been playing elite football for the last few years now. I mean, he had 64 catches his rookie year. He had 100+ last year, and he's on pace to go for 100+ this year. And it's because he can run every route. He's a smooth route runner. He's always consistent. He can beat you on 3 levels. He's a really good football player, and Sam Darnold has been using him a lot.
Well, Sam Darnold's going to go up against the league leader in takeaways in this Jacksonville Jaguars team. A lot of conversation, of course, how their offense has been doing. That defense is very good, Charles. What do you expect to see?
Yeah, defense is very good. I think they play kind of a bend but don't break type of defense, but they're very opportunistic. And what I like about it is when you watch the game against the Chiefs and you watch that interception by Lloyd, that showed me that these guys understand situational football. When Patrick Mahomes was getting ready to throw that pass in the end zone, it was wide open. And I'm saying, oh, man, this is the easiest touchdown that Patrick is ever going to throw. And then here comes Lloyd out of nowhere. This is a guy who understood the situation, knew the play that was coming, and then jumped the route, and then it turns into a big play that turns the game upside down. So I love this team. You know me, I love guys that can take away the football, man. In Jacksonville, like you said, leading the league in takeaways.
They lead the league in takeaways. They are 27th ranked in that pass defense. So they're able to make up for some of those deficiencies
with this bend, but don't break. Keep points off the board when you can, and take the ball away. Get it back for your offense so that they can score.
Should we talk more about your son's recruitment? Or
No.
Okay. All right, coming up, we'll turn the attention to Erin Andrews, shall we? She sat down with Puka Nacua. We will talk to her about that big game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Rams. It's all coming up next on Kickoff. Time to get you up to speed, brought to you by State Farm. And for that, we welcome in my gal, Erin Andrews. Look at that jacket, giving us Eddie Murphy delirious. I'm delirious when I talk to you because I never know where you are in the world, but I do know that that jacket's on for good reason, because when I have you on, I need you to give me a weather report. What's currently happening there in Baltimore?
Well, this hair isn't pulled back just to tighten up my face. It is, but we were dealing with a nor'easter, and then we still are, but it looks like it's moved out east. Chris, I know you love a little weather update. John Harbaugh telling us on our conference call this week he was hoping for rain. It actually looks like we're going to miss it. It may come later in the game, but we are going to be dealing with some wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour today, as my light just went off. That seems to be a theme with
you know
us
what?
when we're together.
Nothing can dim your light, girl. Shine bright like a diamond. All right, right now, though, the light is pretty dim for the Ravens, sitting there at 1-4. No Lamar Jackson today. You spend most of the week on calls with this team. What's the vibe around these guys right now?
Yeah, well, John Harbaugh was really honest. He said, look, it's a lot of one-on-one messaging. He doesn't want to put too much stress on these guys because he doesn't want them to play tight. But he did say, obviously, without Lamar, that's a huge deal for this team. That means this offense has to be efficient. There's no other way, especially going up against this Rams defense that you saw on that Thursday night against San Francisco.
I did, and losing a heartbreaker for them right now. Now they get a chance on the road to turn this thing around. Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, an incredible, duo right there. But you got a chance to sit down with Puka this week. It's not the first time you've chatted with him, though, right?
No, we actually chatted with him when he was a rookie, and this interview was 3 years to the day we did that last interview. It was awesome. I said, what do you remember about being a rookie your first year? He said, what I remember was just trying to get all the info, learn from Matthew, watch Cooper Kupp, learn how to block. He goes, then I would just go home because it was so much to deal with. He said, now everything, feels great, and he's even getting to enjoy LA. How about this? You'll love it. He goes, I get to go to Dodgers games, Laker games, and he said, I've even tried Air One. I love it. But we talked about his numbers his rookie season, and he said to me, it didn't feel real. And I said, what about what you've done the last 5 weeks? And he said, I never would have imagined it's gone this way.
Slap me a couple times, but not like a little. One more.
What about what we're seeing on tape with you getting roughed up before you go out there on offense? Like, come on.
It really started. I just like to kind of get hit before the series goes out.
Let's go! Throws to Puka at the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, Puka Nacua!
It's so wonderful to get to sit with you, and it feels like you haven't changed at all since 3 years ago. Why?
I think it comes back to the people who have been around me. The environment has allowed me to continue to be myself.
That was insane from Puka Nacua.
I just feel like I'm still that same kid who's still trying to ask Matthew. I just don't call him sir anymore. Now I'm like, we have like a relationship. Like I tell him random things, and I'm like, yo, let's play this Call of Duty game.
He's listening to Taylor Swift at his house with his daughters. He's not playing Call of Duty.
No, definitely.
Matthew Stafford is not going to miss Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua is always there when Matt Stafford's feeling heat.
What does it feel like with Matthew on the field?
I guess it feels like there's like a trail of light or energy. He's like, honestly, sometimes it is better when you're like being covered, because then I'm like, I have to kind of put it in one spot.
Wow on earth did he catch that?
When you're open, I'm like, how do I want to lay it up to you? And I think that light just finds each other, and then the ball is exactly where it needs to be.
Is there music like a oh?
I'm thinking, honestly, it probably is like an Adele song.
An Adele song, perfect.
I mean, how can you not love Puka Nacua? He is just incredible in all ways.
Hey, he's been great this year. Obviously, Rams special teams, their kicking has not been. So Sean McVay switched things up this past week. Normally, in between, they'll kick 10 or 11 field goals in a row. He decided to make it more like a game situation. One here, then they run plays, one there, one there, one there. Trying to do something.
All that sudden change.
Exactly.
Sudden change.
Quickly, Jules, who do you like in this one?
I like the Rams. I think it's going to be a tough game, but it's still unbelievable to me that the Baltimore is getting ran on the way they're getting ran on. Very tough.
Baltimore can't stop the run or the pass.
So you like the Rams today?
Rams.
Okay, we've got our picks coming up next when kickoff returns. Stay with us. Welcome back. Let's take a look at that leaderboard. Charles, you and I tied atop.
We tied up.
Here we go.
Neck to neck.
Going for a win again today, picking the Cowboys over the Panthers.
Man, Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones going to be too much for the Cardinals.
Going
I got the Colts.
Seahawks over the Jaguars. This ain't a sprint. It's a marathon. Get ready, America.
Defense going to have something to say about that.
You like the Tennessee Titans.
Titans over my Raiders? What are we talking about, America? What are we talking about?